Escapism is the tendency of humans to seek distraction and relief from unpleasant realities, especially by seeking entertainment or engaging in fantasy. Escapism is not a bad thing on its own. Humans escape, humans delve into fantasy every day, even without thinking. We dream every day, we see movies, we hear songs, and we relate ourselves to this media. We see ourselves in those media. But when it becomes a problem is when we run away from the problems that are real by living in a fantasy. Because fantasy never solves our problem. It just makes the problems harder to see. It just makes them unclear. Ssss.Gridman is a story about escapism and its destructive nature. Yuta is an ordinary high school student. One day, he wakes up with amnesia and then he starts to hear a voice calling to him. The voice is coming from an old computer from his classmates Rika's house. So, out of curiosity, he follows that voice and he now stands in front of the old computer, in which on the screen of that computer appears a mysterious digital hero named Gridman. Gridman tells Yuta that he must remember his mission. Soon after, a giant monster or kaiju starts attacking the city. It destroys everything and even kills people. But strangely, the next day everything is rebuilt and no one seems to remember what happened yesterday. No one seems to even remember the people that died. The people that are killed by these kaijus are remembered as being dead from a long time. The kaijus make these people's life non-existent. Yuta discovers that when he merges with Gridman, he can grow into a giant hero and fight with these kaijus to protect the city, to protect people from just despairing. So he does that. Every time when a kaiju appears, he transforms into Gridman and fight those kaijus. Later on the story, Yuta's friend Rika and Utsumi forms the Gridman alliance, and it is to help Yuta when he transforms into Gridman. That's the gist of the story. Kaiju appears in this city. Yuta uses Gridman to stop those kaiju. That is the story. But for me, this is not the main story. The main story is about this city that Yuta lives in. It's not a real city. It's a digital city made by a girl named Akane, a lonely girl who made this world to escape from her reality. Her reality is our reality, and she does not like it. She's isolated and alienated from people in her reality. She's alone. She has no friends, and who wanna live in that kind of reality? So she makes a world full of fantasy, a world where everybody loves her, a world where she is God. She made this world to escape from her reality, but at the same time, she does not become someone who is just a normal girl. She plays God in this city. She kills anyone that annoys her or disappoints her and constantly reset the city to create the perfect world that she envisions. She's the one that makes this kaiju, and that's because she is a kaiju fan. The story of this anime revolves around Akane. The kaiju fights with Gridman are visually appealing, but the tragic story of Akane is not something that is hidden. It's not something that can be hidden. This anime is not light with its message. It does not try to hide its message under layers. A message to reconnect with people, a message to break from fake illusion, a message that does not matter how much you run from reality, the only way that you can heal is by facing yourself and connecting with people. It's a nice message to have in an anime. If I'm being honest with you, you'll probably not like this anime. The first few episodes of this anime is confusing and boring. It is a slow burn at the end of the day. The kaiju fights keep it appealing and interesting, but how much can a fight scene do to not make a story boring? It is boring in the first few episodes. The characters are shallow as if they're made by one person without thinking too much about the depth of the character, which is quite ironic as they are made by one people by Akane, who only knows kaijus, not human. But as the story progresses, the character gets more depth as if they have become sentient. The story becomes more engaging, more appealing, and mostly more interesting. And this continues on as the show progresses until it reaches a peak at episode 9, where everything that we have seen till now accumulates into something perfect. The episode is named Dream, and it is not a figurative title, it's a literal title, as in this episode, Yuta and his friends are trapped inside a dream. Akane made this dream, a dream that is perfect. Throughout the story, we learn that Yuta, Uchumi, and Rika wants to become friends with Akane and maybe more. They wants to become more than just friends. As you see in this dream, Yuta is dating Akane. Utsumi and Rika are friends with Akane. But something just does not feel right for Yuta and his friends. It feels fake. It's a dream where everybody is happy. And she created that. She created a perfect world for Yuta and her friends. A world where there is no problem. A world with just happiness. But Yuta and his friends denies this world not because they're not happy in this world, but because they know it's not real. They decide to face themselves. They decide to face their own reality and heal than to live in fantasy and run. See, dreams are always meant to be temporary, and hence it always ends. And it shouldn't. It's just something that Akane does not understand. I'm doing a piece poor job at explaining this episode. Like, it's a masterpiece, okay? How can you explain a masterpiece? It's just something that I cannot. You should probably watch the episode to understand how it really feels to watch something that is so beautiful that it can burn your eyes. See, Akane's escapism is not just some harmless shit. It's destructive in nature. She harms others when things does not go her way. And she also destroys her own health by alienating herself and isolating herself. And she does things that she does not want to do, but she have to do because she wants to keep this fake reality. And it's just sad to see her. It's just sad to see all the people face reality except for her. This is escapism. You think you run away from your problems and probably be happy, but it only destroys you more. It destroys your own body, your own soul. Ss's.Gridman is not a story about kaijus fighting giants. It's a story about escapism. It's a story about how escapism can destroy a person. And I think that's a beautiful message to have in your story. That's it. I'm out.